Good morning, party people. Good morning. Whoa, I'm spinning. Hello. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday. It's Monday. Monday. Hello. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Donna. NC saying good morning. Good morning, Dot. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Kendra. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Patty. Hi, Leslie. I'm Mary. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Deborah. Sparklies, Rosanna. Everybody's here. Hi, Martha. Hi, Beth. Good morning. Hope you got everything done. Well, no, did not get everything done, but we will do updates. Hey, it's Phyllis. Good morning, Phyllis. Hi, Phyllis. Phyllis had to go put one of my packages in the porch. She's like, oh, sorry, it's been raining for 4 days. It's like, oh, it was fine. It was wrapped in, it was our black boxes, but they're like in a box and then they're wrapped in plastic. So they didn't get wet, which was great. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Susan. Hi, Bridget. Coral's here. Deborah's here. Jennifer's here. Everybody's here. Hi. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things, updates and whatnots. Today we are going to work on some more bargain bead box business because I went home to Cambridge. Well, I guess, yeah, I went to Cambridge. I went to Cambridge this weekend, and what's going on with this camera? Get together, camera. And me and Jeff had still some stuff at the house, and we still have some stuff at the house that I'm going to have to deal with on Monday and Tuesday of next week because we have a dumpster coming. That's making me mad. Get with it. So we have a dumpster coming, and I'm going to get rid of everything that I need to get rid of in the garage. So I have to go deal with that. Also, I have a doctor's appointment, and Lily has a vet appointment on... Why does this keep getting weird? On Monday. So we're going to deal with that. So I'm going to be in Cambridge. I don't have the logistics of how that's going to work out quite yet with the whatever we're doing. But we're not having a sale today because I didn't get it ready. Because it's not done. Because it's not ready. So that's what we're doing. I mean, it wouldn't have been a sale anyways. It would have been a bead drop. The bead drop isn't ready. I'm going to work on it throughout the week and hopefully drop it next week. But next week I won't be here. So I'm just doing what I can. It is what it is. When there's new things on the website, I will let you know. I do have some cool stuff. So it's been interesting because I had to flip-flop my August and my July. So I made a new category on the website. It's called Twilight Garden. It was supposed to be for August. However, there was a little hitch in my giddy-up as I cannot find July, which I don't even remember what July was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be Golden Horizon or something to that effect. So instead we have Twilight Garden. So Twilight Garden I'm working on it. I'm getting some stuff on there. I do have some orders, so I am going to pack and ship those today. I did pack and ship some orders on Friday before I left, so that all went fine. I've shipped from here twice now. I do have to take those things to the post. They probably would come and try to get them, but I'm not trying to do all that here. So I have to go to the post. So that takes a little bit more time out of my day because the post is only 4 minutes from here, but then I have to go to the UPS store to get my other things because remember I paid $500 for my UPS box. Well, that's a little bit a ways away, but that's fine. The UPS box can take all of the mail, where the post box will not take all of the mail. Like if people bring packages, it's a thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyways. Good morning. In other news, there's political stuff going on in the world today. We know about it. We've heard about it. We've seen it. We read it on Facebook. That's fine. Whatever situation side you want to be on or whatever's happening with you. That's great. We don't care about it. Keep it to yourself. We're here to do beading because we like beads. So that's where I'm at. That's my stance on what has happened over all the crappity crap this weekend and things and stuff. So that's what's going on with me. You do what you gotta do. We're gonna do beading. Okay? So there's that. What else is going on? I rented a hotel room for my cousin's wedding. And I called over there and I was like, hey, my cousin's getting married and I need a room. She's supposed to have a block of rooms. And they were like, oh yeah, they're all sold out. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the website thinking there was going to be like some kind of information for me. There was no information at all. None. And I called her and I'm like, your wedding's in like 2 months. You have nothing on your website. And she's like, I'm going through it. I can't even deal with it right now. I'm like, okay. Just letting you know your rooms are all booked up. But I did get the room for me and Jefferson, and it happens to be at the same hotel that we're going to stay at on 4th of July. So I talked to this guy, and I was like, hey, we're going to stay here 4th of July. This is interesting. It's interesting. I was like, so we have a dog. And he's like, okay. And then he starts talking about service animals and emotional support animals. And I said, she is none of those things. She's just a dog. We just have a regular plain dog with no papers and no training. Just a dog. Like, she's a good dog, but she's not certified. She has no certificates. She hasn't been to school. She's not graduated from anything. She has no credentials of any kind. She has no medical training. So this is the kind of dog we have. And he was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I'm like, is it fine? Because remember back in the day when you used to take your dog to the hotel, they would make you pay some kind of like little pet rent or some kind of like, they had it on the thing, like it was going to be like you, guests, and the dog and whatever. They asked what kind of dog it was, and they were like, well, what's going on? Do you have a photo of the dog? Like, they had questions about the dog. This guy had no questions. He's just like, all right. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, well, I need it for the 4th of July. He's like, okay. So he runs down, does all the things, no mention of the dog. We get to the end of the thing, and he's like, and your dog. And I'm like, okay. And it says it says on the paperwork, and dog. And I'm like, okay. And then we had to move on to the wedding, finding the wedding situation. And he was like, I don't see that this gal's got rooms. Like, they're all booked up. And I'm like, oh. And then, so anyway, he's like, well, I'll give you a room near them and this and that. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, so just you guys then? Just the two of you again? And I was like, and the dog with no credentials. Just us, the same grouping, and the dog. Don't forget about the dog. And he just made out to be like the dog was not a big deal. And I've never been in a hotel situation because they're always worried about the dog. And I'm like, I hope we get there and Lily can come. I hope she can come. Because I have this feeling like we're going to get there and they're going to be like, there's been no mention of this dog. And I'm going to be like, are you sure? We're pretty sure that William said that the dog is supposed to be on there even though she doesn't have any credentials. Is it a pet-friendly hotel? It says it's a pet-friendly hotel. But here's the thing. He in the first thing, he said, and your small dog. And first of all, he never asked me if the dog was small. She could be a Great Dane for all he knew. He didn't ask that. I'm just like, you don't have enough questions for me to be feeling comfortable. But whatever, I'll just say I told him about it. I just don't want to get there and then we're already there and they're like, we're sorry, ma'am, you can't come in because you have a dog. And I'm going to be like, has this ever happened to you? It happens to me. Things like this happen to me, which is why I'm so crazy about things. Pet-friendly hotel. Yeah, right. And you have to pay a pet fee and they have questions. There's no questions. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're just like, do what you gotta do. Good morning, PK. You know what? I was looking on the internet this morning, PK, and I found this really cool canvas. It's a Christmas canvas. I'm not super into seasonal things, as you guys know, but I saw it, and it was kind of like a Christmas tree made out of books, and I was like, I should totally get this for PK, and she could use it on her Bookie Monsters. I was thinking about your Bookie Monsters channel, and I was like, maybe she could put it in the background, but it's a Christmas tree, so it's only seasonal, and then you have seasonal things. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be seasonal. You could keep it up all year round if you wanted. Pets are welcome in a lot of places now. Service dogs don't carry credentials. My friend is sight impaired and has a service dog. Get the person's name because they will be refusing you. Well, so also question about service animals, or not service animals, emotional support dogs or whatever. Because technically, I think, like, who provides the paperwork for an emotional support animal? Is it a doctor? Is it like a mental health professional? In which case, I could write up my own papers. Like, if a mental health professional can do that, I could totally do that for myself. I will diagnose myself with a emotional support animal. Which obviously would not be legit, but who's gonna know? They're not gonna know. Who's gonna know? They don't ask. It's no big deal. Charlie says check out the dog policy. Yeah, I was gonna look. I tried to look at their policy as well. It just said, well, I was having trouble. This is a very small town. Place where we're going, and I was having like a hard time finding their actual website and not like hotels.com or like a third party, you know, because I was going to do that. Me and my dog have reversed roles. I am his emotional support person. Yeah. And who diagnoses that? The vet? Like, I have questions. You guys. Mostly emotional support dogs are just regular dogs. A doctor has to sign off for it to be an emotional support dog. I'm going to ask my doctor when I go on Monday, my gynecologist, and be like, hey, do you think that you could give me an emotional support animal? Because remember, our landlord said that we only service animals and emotional support animals are allowed. So I'm going to ask her for some papers. I'm pretty sure she could do that because I think she's like a general practitioner, because she tried to give me mental health medication. To which, can I just say this? Can we just public service announcement? No offense to anybody, but please, if you need mental health medication, by all means, take your mental health medication, but please get it from a mental health professional. Don't be messing around with the medical people. Medical people only do like a one rotation on mental health in their schooling. Not to say they're not smart. They're just like, that's not their specialty. You're gonna be messing with mental health. You need a specialty person, because a lot of times what you need to do is you need to couple your medication with some kind of like talk therapy, or your medicine with like some kind of work. Like, work needs to be done in order for these things. Like, a pill's not going to magically fix you. It's going to make you better, absolutely 100%. It's not going to address the issues. And your medical doctor is not going to address those issues by like talking with you and like doing the things the work that need to be done. Okay? So just please contact your mental health professional. I am an emotional support cat. Oh, you have one. I thought you said you were one. I had to get a letter from the veterinarian and one of the doctors to get my cat into the apartment. See, now, I'm pretty sure my vet's going to be on board. My vet is way cool. Dr. Enoch. That's his name. Dr. Enoch. And, yeah, I could totally get that to work out. I am Keo's emotional support person. therapists are not what they used to be. They just want to put you on pills. Well, therapists generally are doing, so there's a difference between psychologists and psychiatrists. So psychiatrists can prescribe medication. Psychologists cannot. So they're only doing talk therapy and work things, right? The problem is that the psychiatrist is so overrun with people because they can actually prescribe medication that they don't do talk therapy. Like, they're not doing the work. You got to go to the psych. You got to have a team. Why is it like that? It's stupid. This is why I quit. I don't like it. I understand the whole team thing. I like the team if the team communicates. My problem is that the team does not communicate. So you can do a medication with a medical doctor as long as you're seeing the talk therapist to work on the problems. You know what I mean? And it would be good if those people could talk. Plus, it takes like 6 months to get a therapeutic dose of any mental health medication to like get it to like be good. And that's if you're if you're being vocal and like really paying attention to your symptoms and like how it's affecting you and like how you feel and like all those things, and you're reporting those things, it takes like a good 6 months to get going on a mental health medication for them to find a therapeutic dose, what they call. And like your medical doctor, it's not great. Wrong account. Hi, BK. Anyways, these are my opinions allegedly. You do what you want. Take care of your mental health the way you need to. This is not a professional opinion. I'm just letting you know. I just know because I have a lot of friends, who call me and they're like, this isn't working. And I'm like, it's not working because you can't just take a pill and be better. You have like 25 years of daddy issues. You got we got to work through that. You got to work through that. You can't just take Xanax and think everything is going to be fine. Like, that's not how it works. You got to get it together, man. So that's my friend. Me and him have been friends forever. It literally took me just about as long to talk him into going to get medication as it did for me to talk Jeff into getting medication. And that took about 6 years. And I was like, hey, maybe just try it. Maybe just go. Maybe just do that. Maybe just think about it. Maybe just whatever. And then finally, he went to the medical doctor. And I was like, no, that's not what I said. Sorry, I'm ranting now. I'm like, I said, go to the mental health professional to work on your issues, not the medical doctor. Then he was mad at the medical doctor. And then he was mad about the insurance claims that came along with the medical doctor, which is a whole nother thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that. But whatever, do what you want. I have retired from a level 1 trauma center. All physicians related together regarding patients and most were service provided, and it was great. Yes, when the people talk to each other, it really does work good. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. Yeah, see, when I went to college, it was very interesting because I didn't know. So I went to a very prestigious college, right? And so I did my internship there, but I also did an internship in the prison because I'm me, and I'm just like, yeah, like, what are we doing? And it was very interesting to see, I mean, for lack of better terms, what money can do, you know? So when I was interning at, I interned at Hazleton Betty Ford. That's where I went to school. And when I was doing that, they had a whole team of people. So every person had a specialty, and those people would meet about their client. So these people were all assigned to one client. There was like, I would say 10 to 12 different people. These 10 to 12 people were assigned to one client. And so there was like a mental health supervisor. There was a therapist. There was like the medical, physical people. There was the holistic healing people. There was the meditation people. There was the addiction people. That's us, the addiction people. There was like the focal counselor, which is the main counselor. And then there's the group counselor. So you go to like classes. So there was like group counselors. So there was like 10 to 12 people who were working on all the parts of this person. Mental health, physical, like emotional health, even religious. They had religious people there if those people were religious. Like all those people were involved. holistic medicine people were involved, like all these different things. And they met every week about this one person. And they talked about their care and their, right? Yeah, their continuing care and their planning and all these things. And their discharge and where they are and what all these things they need to work on, treatment plan, go over the treatment plan, what's going on with that. Okay, so that was that. In the prison, because I did these internships at the same time. In the prison, they had one psychologist. Yes, one psychologist. And then they ran groups. Most of the people running groups were not mental health professionals, but there was a lot. But there was a specialty where I went to a high risk prison in Stillwater, Minnesota, and that's where they had like some pretty bad, that was where we're keeping like the murderers and all that, some pretty bad high security people, and they had a special unit. It was called Atlantis, which is for addiction. And so they would send people, and they would go through this program. It was a year and 6 months long, the program, the drug addiction program. And they would do this generally right before these people were going to get out of prison, so that they would have this and then they would discharge out of prison. However, it was very, there was a lot of stuff because there's a lot of gang members. So they spend a lot of time dealing with the criminal justice part of it, obviously, because it's prison. And so they spent more time on that than I would say actually teaching about drug addiction. But they would, because you can't take one head of a gang out of general population and put them into this specialty place, because then all the other gangs will attack that gang while their leader is gone. So if they were going to do that, they took all the leaders, right, and put them on a different unit. So it's a whole thing like that. But it was very interesting because there was only one psychiatrist in the entire prison. And you're telling me that you met with, even once, you met with every prisoner? I don't believe it. No. So I'm just all right, that's interesting. And then I went into county. When I got out, I went into county and I worked mostly with heroin addicts in the cities, and I worked in methadone and Suboxone and harm reduction. The reason I did that is because I have my bachelor's degree is in criminal justice. So those programs are designed to reduce crime. They're not designed to fix addiction. They do help addiction. They're designed to fix crime, right? So that was my deal. I got out of that and did other types of counseling and focal counseling and all these different things. But it was very interesting to see both sides of the spectrum. Why am I talking about this? I don't know. We're going to do beading. Hi, good afternoon, Helen. Yeah, we're going to do beading now. It's my rant about drug addiction and crime and prisons and whatnot. Don't even get me started on insurance. Let's do this. Da, da, da. Bargain bead box. Tranquil tides. We're still doing tranquil tides. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this. I'm what is this even? Get my light fixed up. You guys, I got this light on Amazon. It's not here. I'll show it to you when I get it unpacked. I got it in the mail the other day. It's for doing nails. It's for nail tech people. It's a U. It sits on the desk, I guess. I don't know. I haven't got it out of the box. Sits there. And it goes like this. And I don't know how big it is. And then you're supposed to do people's nails underneath it. And there's a place for your phone. And I was this could be an interesting top-down desk situation for people who need lighting. So I'm going to try it out. I'm done with my box. All I have are tiny beads. Oh no! I got all this left. We made a bracelet. What did we make? We made earrings and we made a bracelet already. So we should probably make a necklace, yeah? La da da da. These are supposed to be in there. Okay. Did you guys use up all of your little guys? Your little ammonites? What are we going to make? Make a necklace. I wish I had some more Hishi beads. I guess I have these. Oh yeah, I forgot we made this. Just in case we wanted to add it on to something. I haven't done anything with mine other than an unboxing. Sad. Yeah, well, are you feeling motivated, Rosanna? I don't really feel that motivated to do too much with my stuff because we've just been packing and doing all the packing and unpacking, and now we have another truck tonight, another U-Haul truck that we have to unpack in the storage unit. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping Jeff can get his guys to do that. Charlie says, I'm still not liking the orange ones. I used some of them, but can't say I like them. I didn't use them all, but I did use some. Okay, I still don't know exactly. I kind of have, in my head right now, I'm kind of feeling like 2 completely separate necklaces, which makes perfect sense. So I want like a chunky necklace and then like a little tiny minimal necklace, of course, with chain. So it just kind of depends on what we want to do today. We have this. Has this been a problem for anybody with with this guy? Or has it been fine? Not really. Still hurting to a degree, though I did separate the box beads this weekend. You still have room in the storage unit? A little bit of room, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca, I was going to call you. I was in the car yesterday. Jeff kept passing me in the U-Haul. It was a thing. I don't like how the ammonite feels when I hold them. The texture feels sharp. Jennifer says, I skipped this box. You skipped it? Is that a thing? You can skip boxes? I do like this. I think I like this with this guy. But then we also have these guys, which I also enjoy. But I don't want to, I don't know how I feel about that right now. Painted a couple of ammonites with gold paint. They looked much better. Oh yeah, and then we got this little, I forgot about this little octopus guy. I feel, okay, so hear me out. In my head, I have this idea that, okay, I'll show it to you. In my head, I have this idea where I have something long. I don't have anything long. I guess I have this. I guess I can make it long. And put him here. Because, like, what are we doing with this guy? I'll just chain it. Go up around this way. This guy go this way. Just like that, but not over here. We do rosary chain with something like these guys. Boop, boop, boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I like that. Either gotta be 3 or 5. What are we doing? 3 or 5. We'll do 5. I'm gonna do one over here for funsies. I'm gonna do one over here. One over here. Ba-doo, ba-doo. Do we want to do one on the top? Is that too long? Are we getting too weird about it? I feel like we're getting too weird about it. Maybe I should use those blue Hishis over here. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Don't mind me. Okay, so this is in my head is like the minimally type. I don't like that. This is like the minimal necklace I was talking about. Right? Like it's not too much. I don't like that. Okay, so we use the octopus. I'll put the Hishis. I'll put a few Hishis. We might need those. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not too many. Just a little bit. Spacers. Okay, so there's this guy. And then this is like the minimally type one. And then for this guy, a chunky monkey one, right? We gotta have a chunky monkey one. Do we put this one with the chunky monkey? Questions. You know what I want to do? I don't know if I want to do chunky monkey. Yeah, I guess I could. Okay. Stay with me. It's working out in my head. Just cat hair on this. Don't pretend that's not there. I want to do a front charm drop necklace. Front charms. Let's see. This is another star. Do I want to use both stars? No, I don't think I do. I do think I want to use some of these. Chunky monkey. Oh yeah, I have some of these. Put in there. There's always cat hair. I know. I was just like, oh, well, I don't have time to explain myself right now. So Mr. Bunsen was up doing work, I guess. Okay, so I want to do, I have these extras left over from this. I want to do front charm necklace business, like so. Some kind of way. I'm thinking, I don't want these to be the same size, which is why I'm not in love with that. So maybe I'll put these to the side. You could use these for earrings too. You wouldn't have to use them in here. But I want to make one of these longer. Maybe this one with the fish. Yeah. Something to that effect, perhaps. I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't have blue next to each other. Something like that in a way. Add this guy in. Add this guy in over here, and then I'll use a little bit of this. We won't use all of it. Like so. Do we drop these in over here, or is that doing the most? That's doing the most, I feel like. I feel like those don't get to go. They don't get to play today. Other options, we could put our charms here, boop, 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 which that could be a thing. Do we love that? Is that something we love? We could love that maybe. Do we love that? If we did that, we could put these in here. I have one left. Let's put it down here. I don't love that. Nope. Keep it classy, they said. Do it the most. I gotta go. Have a good day. Okay, have a good day, PK. Alright, so this is how I'm feeling about it. With the chunky monkey one. So it's like chunky monkey charm necklace. I know you guys can't see me right now. I have this charm necklace on. And it kind of gave me inspiration a little bit. But with beads. Yeah? I find the glass octopus hard to use. Oh. For the very reason Rosanna said. I am afraid that the little legs will break off if he gets banged up. The little octopus? Well, Carol, let's give it a whirl. I mean, I see what you're saying, but what are we gonna do? He can't just sit home by himself. He's too little. You guys. You can put him on a sun catcher or on a fan pole. You could. You absolutely 100% could do that. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to make a ball head pin here real quick. We're just going to grab the tippy tip of the wire and we're going to make a little spiral. We're going to go 1, 2 times. You can see. And you go straight out. Take it off of there. Flip it around. Go up through the spiral. I'm using 22 gauge wire. I was planning on buying some extras and turning him into earrings if I can keep him away from my daughter. Well, that would be a cute idea. Hi, Leah. I love both designs. Oh, well, thank you. We would love to see yours if you make any. Go ahead, feel free to post them in the group. Okay, so now we got a little nest over here. All right. So I do think that I want to use a Hishi bead just to give us a little bit of stability here. I don't know if I love the one on top. I'm going to try it without. Cute on a small sun catcher or window for your car. It's also a lovely design. That would be good because he is a glass, so you know when he catches the sun he will have some it'll show through a little bit. You know what I think I gotta do? I think I gotta go like this, yo. I think because I'm going to do a rosary chain up the front, I might have to do it here to make everything. Work out. I was thinking I could get them all on one thing, but no. I was trying to respond on one of the groups. I'm either not allowed to because I'm Thunderhorse Descendant or something. There was a gal asking in one of the other groups. They were saying that they did, maybe you saw it, did interior design work. And they were saying how their interior design work came really easy to them, but their beading did not. And they were asking for suggestions on things they could do. And it said, you are not allowed to comment. I was like, oh, sad. I was like, I have ideas. I have some helpful hints for you, lady. Okay. Normally, I would connect this with a jump ring, but since we're rosary chaining it up, I'm just going to connect it with the wire. So I'm going to whip it around. Good morning, Dorothy. One, two, three. I always feel like that owl who eats suckers. The Tootsie Pop owl. Remember him? Do you guys remember that lightning bug for the electric company? Do you remember him? I can't remember what his name was. Good morning. Randy, just PM her. Oh yeah, I could do that. The only thing is, for a vehicle sun catcher, you would have to be certain not to have it long enough to hit the windshield. You need to stop. That's true. Probably because of your website. They have issues with folks spamming them. Yeah, probably. Good morning. You're off for surgery. Oh, okay. Well, good luck to you, Kate. Lester the light bulb? Is that what his name was? Sparky? I don't remember what his name was. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this right on here. For fun. Just for fun. Oops. That's the wrong pliers. One, 2, 3 and a half. Nope, the half was too much. There we go. Sorry, I'm holding him like this so I make sure that he's facing the right direction. He was not, so I had to give him a little half a spin. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. That's funny. Louie. Yes, I think it was Louie. Yes. Louie the lightning bug. Was he a lightning bug? I think he was a lightning bug. All right, now we're going to wire wrap these little 5 little beads over here. La-da-da. Do I want to do them? Maybe like boop. I might want to give them a little razzle dazzle, so I'm giving a little extra wire here. A little razzle dazzle. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with this too much because I will probably have to do a Y with the jump rings or something. I won't know that until I start to put it together. So I'm just going to do these real quick, like. One, two, three. Okay, so I'm going to go this way with this one, wrap it around, razzle dazzle. I left the tail on this side so I can bring it up this way, wrap it around, razzle dazzle. Fix up my loopies. Yeah, that one will probably be fine. That one probably could have used a trim, but we're just sticking it in there anyway. Woo! off of me. Cheapers. It's funny. Okay, so there's one. Now, maybe I won't do them all. Maybe I'll just do like every other one. So it'll be this one, and that one. Okay, yeah. So I'll do this one next. Well, no, I'll do the regular one. I don't want to screw up my pattern or whatever I'm trying to do. Because I'm not using jump rings to put them together, I gotta wire wrap them together, you know. That kind of thing. Coffee. If your supermarket carries the Donut Shop coffee brand OMG, they make one-step cappuccino for Keurig. Ooh, I might have to give that a whirl. Oh well. Although I have not been drinking the coffee, I've been drinking decaf. Remember, I have been drinking some half. Like I have like 1 cup of like half and half coffee in the morning. That's what they said I should do. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this one has no razzle dazzle, just regular. Making sure to leave enough space for 3 loops so that they're the same. 2, 3. That's what we're getting. I like it. And so that goes here. Now we do a fancy one with this guy. Oops. I got a little out of hand. 3. Oop. Leaving the tail on. One, 2, 3. And bring this one around here, and this one around here. Oop. Oops, that one got a little bit high on the loop. Okay, this one doesn't want to get tucked in there. Get in there, you. Nobody got time for your crap today. Oh, the internet man is coming today, by the way. Also, there's so many things happening. Heyo. My chain is looking pretty cute, I think. Internet man is coming today to hook my computer up directly to the internet with the cord, which remember on last week it was being wonky woo because it kept getting kicked off the internet. Yeah, so we're fixing that up. I keep rolling backwards. This is so weird. I feel like I'm sitting in a hole. Not the tiny ones, but the 1-inch plus ones. Do you keep those small scraps or ditch them? I never know how much wire to cut. Oh, these ones? If they're big enough to do one bead, I will use it. Mm-hmm. If not, I ditch them. But I will say, I know some people get upset spaghetti about wire situation, but I will say that I cut my wires longer because I feel like for myself, the way that I wrap wire is that it just makes it easier for me to manage with my fingers, like pulling it and wrapping it, making the wire fall, in a way that's comfortable to me. And that's kind of just one of the sacrifices I have to make. Is that sometimes I lose a little bit of wire. But I'd rather lose wire than my mind. Sometimes when you try to use a little bit of wire that's a little bit too small, and then you're over there, really trying to get it to go, I'm just like, that's too much. Too much stress. I don't need that stress. I haven't heard from the landlord yet, and I won't. Jeff will, because he's on the doings. I think she told him she wanted to talk to him. Was that today or tomorrow? Maybe they said next week. I don't remember. I'll have to ask him. I lost my mind a long time ago. Yeah, it happens. I've been really working on trying to not be stressed out about my beading and my job, because I'm running around doing all this moving. But even before that, like, after the baby and the wedding and all that stuff, I'm just like, we should just make things. Like, I feel like I was making things that I was like, we should just make things that we like and that we're gonna wear, or sell or whatever. Like, we don't got to be out here reinventing the wheel and making like some crazy design. I mean, unless you want to, you know what I mean? But like, just for the facts of for myself, like being out here trying to like do these crazy designs, it's like, we need fun. That's why we got into this in the first place. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if this one's gonna be long enough. We'll try it. Give it a little whirl. And this is the last one. The fancy dancy one. 2, 3. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's small. I don't think he's gonna work, but we'll give him a whirl anyways. We'll just trim this. And I guess this one will just have one. If that bothers you, you can fix it. It's fine. We'll see if it bothers me. It does. Does it? It'll be fine. Can only see the one side anyways. Oh, I could never find mine to begin with. Tomorrow I have a post-surgery appointment. Finally, we'll get this itching bandage off. Oh, that's good. Prayers for Rosanna. I'm praying for the cataract surgery so I can see bead holes again. Wonder how many pieces I have made. I will look. happy for you because of bandages. You're having the surgery. They will go really well with the oddball box. Okay, so sorry, I'm just reading, catching up on the comments. So here we are. Like I said, if this one bothers you, you can rewrap it if you want. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna call that a design choice. If you want, you can put it down here. It's up to you. Okay, so now here becomes the next little situation. Does anybody else have an oddball box? I guess technically not anymore, but I did have a box for, like, I don't know what you want to call it, things you want to keep but they don't really, you know, I don't know. Mine was called Amber. And that's where I would put all my things that I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. And sometimes I just give them to Amber. And I'm like, here you go. Okay. I got a situation. See, this is one of the reasons I don't particularly care for this chain. It's because you end up in this situation here. And then that's not closed. So we'll just get rid of this whole link altogether. Okay, so we could probably connect that with a jump ring. Let's find one. Trim. Of course, I would like to have an oval jump ring because that's how I be rolling over here. Morning. Hi, Brandy. I have a doctor's appointment at 1 today. Oh, well, I hope it goes well, Rebecca. I call it the weird box. Oh, you could call it the Halloween box. That always works out pretty well if you want. I do have that. And then it's like, doesn't matter what's in there because it's for Halloween. Everything's weird at Halloween. Works out pretty dang well. Yeah, everybody's got stuff going on. It's the way it's been going recently. That's okay though. We can do hard things. We can do it. All right, now here I may have to do a Y situation. This is a 6mm oval jump ring, in case you're wondering. Ooh, that one kind of got wonky. Good morning. There's a place for everything. You got that right. It's just that just depends on your imagination, what you're going to do with it. Am I going to have enough stuff to get in there with 2 of these? Let's try it. It's looking questionable, but we'll give it a whirl. Maybe. So I'm going with 2. I'm creating a Y. I love this look, Randy. Thanks, Bonnie. Okay. Yeah, right. See now, gotta have our other piece of our chain. We weren't ready. You see what happens when I'm not ready? Okay. Let's see if that's playing well together. Not gonna lie, it's a little tight, but I think it might be okay. Let me get gravity involved here. One second. One moment. One memento. So here's the deal. If you don't like that, what you can do is you can add a jump ring to the top. But if you're going to add 1 in this particular situation, the way that this is drilled or whatever you want to call it, you're going to have to add 2. then you're going to get more length. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. But it looks like I'm going to have to add because it's giving me hinge problems. I'm so excited. 5 more days and I go to Jamaica. Yay! Fun. Okay, so here's my hinge situation. I was hoping these would just play well together. They're not. You see how it's wonky woo? We don't want that. So I'm going to disconnect from there and we're going to add a jump ring to the top. Now if you didn't want to add jump rings, there's a couple things you could do. You could create like a wire bail with square wire if you wanted to. You could, you know, there's a lot of things you could do. Okay, so I'm going to leave, take this off of there. I'm going to leave this one on there. So, but here you see the situation. So this one, you can see the mat. It works out really good for V. This one you cannot. So I'm going to add another jump ring to the top. And instead of putting that bead in my chain, I might dangle it off here as like to kind of deal with this situation. And I need another jump ring for that. Okay, everybody get right. Okay, so now we're back to where we started. With these 2 jump rings on here, you can now see the mat. It's not playing correctly. And then I'll create the V again. Just a note on mental wellness that is about being happy. I say the happy stuff like I talk to my bird or my cat, and it seems to be an amazing thing. And it helps. Yeah, this is not what I want. Yes, being happy is good. I think it's important to note, like, a lot of times people have this thought process of they're like, well, I don't feel happy, I'm not happy. And it's like, the goal isn't to be happy. The goal is to be content with your daily living choices, right? And if you're not doing that, then yeah, fix it. You have the power to fix that. Yeah, absolutely. If you don't, you can get help about it, 100%. But if we didn't have sad times, then we wouldn't realize when we're having happy times. If we were happy all the time, then we wouldn't appreciate happiness. We probably wouldn't even recognize it as happiness anyways. You know what I mean? So I say, be content. Be content about it. It's one of the reasons I make jewelry is on the internet for a job. Because I was just like, yeah, I want to just like do things that make me feel good and feel happy and less stressed and not like freaked out about everything. Okay, so here's the situation. See how I've created myself another Y basically with these guys? So I added 2 jump rings to the top. Boop boop. And then 2 more on this side to create the Y. So now my hinge shouldn't be such a problem. I'm not going to use all this chain, but we're out of time for the day. I'm not going to leave it this long. I mean, you could if you wanted. I'm not going to. I'm going to make it smaller. Maybe we'll work on that tomorrow. Make it like a 20-incher or so, like so. But I do feel like I am going to still add this guy. And I'm considering adding him on. I mean, really the Y is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sometimes when you add extra bulk down here, it doesn't look great, you know. But it's not really that bad, and it's really not that noticeable. So I was going to do like a charm, you know, like a charm situation. But now I'm like, maybe not. I could put that into the chain. Maybe I'll put it there. Maybe that'll help with my weight disbursement. But anyway, I will cut this and I will make it a little bit shorter. I don't know exactly how much, so we'll work on the rest of that tomorrow. But yeah, so there's the minimal necklace that we planned on, and then so we'll work him out tomorrow, and then also we have this guy that will probably start tomorrow as well. So this is, we worked on this the other day on Friday. This is knotted. This was just our extra beads, and originally I was going to use it as a bracelet piece, you know, and I was like, oh, we could add some stuff, but it just worked out where we're going to hang our charms in there. So if you want to work on this with us tomorrow, you're more than welcome to. You're going to need this piece that's knotted if you want to make the actual part. So FYI, maybe prep that if you want. If not, don't do it. You do as you want. Do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think it's cute. I hope his little legs don't break off. Regardless, even if you wanted to make a thing for your car, like you guys were talking about, you could do that. You could make it just like this. You could use that magnet. Where'd that magnet go? And you could put it on here, and you could just magnet it up around your mirror, and it could just be this big. Right? On your car? If you wanted to. I say no rules. No rules around here. Okay, so that's the goings-ons. Today I got internet guys coming to do the thing, so hopefully that all goes well. And then I am going to work on loading my stuff into the website. I don't know, have to see. I have some restock items that I might make like public now, but I might just save the rest of them for the drop next week. But next week I'm not going to be here, but I'll have my laptop, blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens. Anyways, we'll just keep working on this. We'll just keep working on this. Oh yes, but my brain says to keep up the inner pep talks. Yes, I think you should. Talk and sing and influence me gratefully. Yes, I think that's lovely. Yeah, you could still make it a car charm if you wanted to, absolutely. I had to buy another octopus to match. And you're going to make earrings. Well, I think those will be very cute with just the little earrings. I think that's a good idea. There was a couple of people who had mentioned that they were going to do that. Where will you be next week? Next week I have to go to Cambridge because Lily has a vet appointment and I have a doctor's appointment, and I'm going to be throwing all the rest of the trash away at the house, and then after that, done with the house, which is good. Still got to get somebody to clean it, but other than that, good. I was going to clean it, but Jeff was like, no. I'll still be online. That's why I was thinking I won't have the beads, but I can make them live, and then we can just talk about them online, because that'll be easy for a morning coffee on Monday, next Monday, because I will be traveling. Yeah, I'm trying to be more traveling because, you know, my family's out here, and I'm trying to, like, not be super tied down to my bead desk all the time, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I hope you all have a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day today. I hope you found some inspiration from these little projects that we did, or maybe some that we're going to do tomorrow. And if you do, feel free to share in the Thunderhorse Descendant Facebook group what you got. You just do hashtag what's on my mat today. My camera's being fuzzy again. But I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.